Today we'll be making 3-layer gelatin dessert. To make 3-layer gelatin dessert, you mix the first package of gelatin according to the instruction. We have our package of gelatin right here. We're going to add a cup of water, a cup of hot water, and we're also going to go ahead and add a cup of cold water. But before we do that, we want to mix it well. Make sure the gelatin is dissolved. Mix well. Once your gelatin is dissolved perfectly here, then we're going to go ahead and add 1 cup of cold water to our mix and then mix again. Now we have hot water, cold water, and a gelatin in here. After mixing it, we're gonna let it settle for a little bit under room temperature before we put it in a refrigerator. So we're gonna wait till about another 10 minutes to cool off, then we're gonna put it back to our refrigerator. Okay, back to our gelatin. It is ready. It's been sitting out in room temperature. We're gonna go ahead and pour this to our dish here. And now we're gonna refrigerate this for about, according to the package, which is about 2 hours. And we'll come back to it. Okay, we are ready for our second layer now. We have a pack of gelatin here, unflavored. It comes in a packet like this, but it has 4 individual small packs like this. So we're gonna use one of the small pack. We're gonna go ahead and pour in on a bowl here. Use 1 cup hot water to that. We're gonna mix it well. Make sure it's mixed well here. Nicely dissolved. Once your clear gelatin is mixed well with hot water, we're gonna go ahead and put about 3 tablespoons of condensed milk to our gelatin here, our clear gelatin. Condensed milk is very thick and very sweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and put another spoon there. So it comes out nice and milky. After that, we're gonna go ahead and mix this well. Again, there's one more. Good, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix this now. So we're mixing here clear gelatin with hot water and condensed milk. If you see, it's coming out nice and milky. And once it's mixed, we're gonna go ahead and set it aside and let it cool off before we pour over our strawberry gelatin. Okay, back to our 3-layer Jello dessert. We have our strawberry right here. We refrigerate this for 2 hours. And now it's all settled. You can see it's not moving at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour my condensed milk and gelatin mix on top of it. There you go. Just do a little shake there. Make sure all the ends are dipped in perfectly here. And then we're gonna go ahead and refrigerate for another 2 hours and come back to it. Alright, we're ready for our 3rd layer of our jello. So what we're going to do, we're going to use blueberry for our 3rd color. There you go. Our first color was strawberry. Then we had clear gelatin. Then we have blueberry now. I'm going to go ahead and add 1 cup of hot water to it. And I'm going to mix well. And make sure it's all dissolved. Alright. I just added 1 cup cold water to my jello. I'm gonna mix well and make sure it's all dissolved from the bottom there. Now, a little secret to it, we're gonna add just a little bit of gelatin here so it comes out thick. Because we wanna make sure that when we're doing a 3-layer, we wanna make sure it's nice and thick and it's not too watery. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna let it settle here. I'm gonna leave it outside here in the kitchen with room temperature. Let it cool down a little bit. Okay, back to our jello. Looks like my 2nd layer is doing well. It's settled very well there. And now I'm gonna go ahead and add my 3rd layer, which is blueberry. There you go. So I have blueberry on top. I have gelatin and condensed milk in the middle, and the bottom has strawberry. So this is a 3-layer jello. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in the refrigerator for next 2 hours and come back to it. Alright, my 3-layer gelatin is ready to be cut. Before I cut my 3-layer gelatin, I'm gonna go ahead and put warm water on the bottom of my dish so it releases quickly. First, I'm gonna go ahead and try to cut in little squares. Then I'm gonna try to use my cookie cutter. All different shapes of my cookie cutter. Okay, now I'm gonna cut in little squares. Start from one end. Make sure my ends are cut perfectly here. Make sure all 4 ends are cut perfectly. What I did is I put little warm water on the bottom of the gelatin pan before flipping it upside down. And once I flip it upside down, the strawberry is on top and the blueberry is in the bottom, so it came upside down. Now I'm going to see if I can cut it through this way now. What I did is I cut through right there, and then I cut in small squares right through that. And now I got my squares there, so I'm using a cake spatula right here, trying to separate them. There you go. Be very careful when you're separating them. So I have my squares right there. It came out perfect. Okay, we all done with our 3-layer Jello dessert. If I do a close-up, you can see my colors came out perfect. Red, white, and blue. We have blueberry, clear with condensed milk and strawberry. I cut this in small pieces so it's easy to handle. It's great for parties, for children's party. I also use cookie cutter. You can see my cookie cutter shape of an animal. Kids would love it. Great for any occasion. Very tasty dessert. Okay, thank you very much for watching.